All right, y'all. We are back in the building. I want to say what's up to everybody out there who is tapping in or will tap in later. And just to let you know, you can leave your comments and I will read them live on this podcast. I can display them on the screen, which I'll do here in a little bit, because I kind of want to hear from you guys and what you guys think about the topics and things like that. So we're gonna get started here in just a second. My name is Johnny, and this is live with Johnny. And just so you know, we are live on Facebook, we're on live with YouTube, and we're on live with Twitch. So, how's everybody doing tonight? Everybody good? Dang, look at my hair. Dang. I'm loving it. Looks like McDonald's. I'm loving it. So, all right, y'all, let's get serious. Y'all, it's the holidays. And the holidays bring a lot of stress. It brings a lot of anxiety. So, I just want to encourage everybody to check on your loved ones. Make sure that you keep in touch with your loved ones, especially your older people, because the holidays can be what I usually call a silent killer. And I don't like to use that, but it's true. Like I lost someone around the holidays. And I don't think people understand it is a joyful time, or it has been a joyful time in the past, but it also can be a very stressful time for some people, especially the fact that they come in back to back to back. And it's just a lot going on around this time. You got Halloween, followed up with Halloween, you got Thanksgiving, which Thanksgiving is a really stressful holiday because you got to worry about cooking. You got to worry about who's going to come. There's a whole plethora of things that you have to worry about when it comes to holidays. Let me take a look here. So it can be a very stressful time. I'm going to pause for just a second, and I want you guys to hang in there. We're going to be right back, and you guys could type your comments. We're going to get right back into it. So let me know what you think about what I've talked about so far, and I'll be right back. Let me grab something, and we're going to get right into the topic, y'all. Hang in there with me, and let's talk. Okay. All right. Back to the program. Thank you guys for hanging in there. So, right back at it. I got to figure out some of my graphics and things like that. Because it was supposed to say, I'll be right back. And I couldn't quite find that. So, it's all good though. So, anyway, we are back in the building. And the theme we was talking about today was holidays. And one of the things that I've seen to be true is the holidays are a really stressful time. What I was talking about was Thanksgiving and how we stress about that. We stress about the food, especially this holiday where things were a little bit, it was different because before we even got to Thanksgiving, we had to worry about food stamps quite possibly being cut. And some females or some people didn't know how they were going to celebrate how they were going to celebrate Thanksgiving without food being there, because Thanksgiving is not, it's not even a time for gifts or anything like that. It's a time to be thankful, but we be thankful for food. And this particular Thanksgiving, people didn't know if they were going to have food or not. So that brought a huge amount of stress, not knowing where your food was going to come from. Then you have to worry about inviting friends and family and who's coming, if somebody's coming from out of town, if they're going to be there on time and things like that. It's a lot going on, a high level of stress. And if you're a younger person, let's say in your 30s or your 20s, your 30s, 40s, it's a little bit easier to deal with. But then as you get older and stuff like that, that stress can be overwhelming. Even for the younger generation, it could be overwhelming, but especially for the older generation, it can be overwhelming because they've been through so many holidays. You know what I'm saying? And them wanting it to be perfect or even wanting it to be like one of their best holidays and things like that, that definitely brings a certain amount of stress to an individual. And stress is not good. Stress is actually a silent killer. If you stressing and you worried a lot, that can be a silent killer, especially if you're older. And then even if you're younger too, it can definitely affect you as you're younger too. But especially when you get older, your body might be able to handle all of that stress. So I do tell people, or I want to encourage people around the holidays just to take some time, take a deep breath, take some time and kind of relax, read the Bible if that's what you're into, listen to some music, burn some candles, and just take a deep breath away from everything. Okay? Take a deep breath away from everything because you can get just so caught up in the moment that some people end up not making it through the holidays. I mean, think about it. You see a lot of people who don't make it through holidays, and it'd be the holidays, right around the holidays, the time that that their body can't take it anymore. I've been saying this for years. I did a podcast a couple of years ago talking about the dangers of holidays, and then we did research, and it's true that there are a lot of people who, the holidays bring a certain amount of stress to where they can't even deal with it anymore. So make sure you check on your loved ones and things like that during the holidays. Let me see if I can get. Does the holidays bring on a lot of stress?
Oh, totally. They can. Rushing around for gifts, family drama, cooking marathons, it piles up. You feeling it this year?
No, I was just wondering if the holidays brings on more average deaths than other times of the year.
Yeah. Studies show there's a real spike in deaths around the holidays. About 5 to 10% more natural cause deaths on Christmas, Boxing Day, and New Year's than expected any other time. Mostly heart issues, but it hits other big categories too, like respiratory stuff. Winter plays a role, but even in warmer spots, it happens. Traffic fatalities jump from drunk driving as well. Wild, right?
So there you have it confirmed. Like the holidays, and people don't really understand that the holidays bring a huge amount of stress for some people. And that's something that we don't even think about. We think of all of the good things. Man, it's gonna be Christmas. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. But there are people out there that are really stressed because of everything that they have to go through the holidays. And like I said, with America,
Exactly. Like, everyone's posting about eggnog and lights, but behind the scenes, some folks are juggling debt, lonely AF, or dealing with family fights that get shoved under a fake smile. It's sneaky how the pressure sneaks up: deadlines, expectations, memories of people who aren't there anymore. America especially ramps it up with the whole perfect holiday myth. Makes me wonder how many just power through till January and crash.
okay, and that's one I didn't even think about. Um, People not being there. So if you're older and holiday comes around, and then one thing you're thinking about is the people that are not there anymore. Like you see, like a younger generation, they enjoying it, they're having fun, they're hoping to be with their friends. They're like, man, I'm gonna invite this person over, invite this person over. But older people are thinking of people that are not there anymore. And that brings on a huge amount of stress that can end up taking them out. So we definitely have to make sure that we're checking on our loved ones when these holidays pop around and be there for them. Um, but like I said, in America, it's like you have back to back every month. There's a holiday. In December, there's two holidays really, but you got Thanksgiving, you got Halloween. Halloween is first, then you got Thanksgiving, then you roll around and you got Christmas Eve, you got Christmas, and then you got New Year's Eve. That's like three holidays in 1 month. It's a lot. It's a lot on people. The excitement can be too much. Like, whoa, this is my favorite holiday. Oh my God. If your heart is not strong or anxiety, you know what I'm saying? That could just make somebody have a heart attack. I don't think we think about that as Americans. They're shoving so much at us at one time. The stores, you see all this stuff in the stores, and it's like they don't even anymore. It's like when I was growing up, they had a holiday Halloween, and then you had a break. Then a little bit you had Christmas, then you had a break. It's not like that anymore. I think America almost does that on a purpose. Like Halloween is you'll see stuff starting Halloween all the way in the summertime. Like for real. And then it'll lead up to Halloween. And as soon as Halloween is over, sometimes not even before Halloween is over, in the stores, you already starting to see like Christmas stuff. So there is no break. There is no time to just relax. And that gets to people and that harms their psyche. And in some cases takes them out. I call the holidays a silent killer because death rates spike during the holidays just because of the fact that it's too much for some people. It's just too much. So I encourage everybody to make sure that you are checking on your people. Make sure that people are comfortable. Have those conversations with people. We don't even understand, and I talk a lot about mental health. We don't understand and we don't get a grasp on mental health. We take it as almost a joke in the Black community. But mental health is huge. They say that some Black men go before women because we don't cry. We keep everything bottled up inside and we don't cry and we don't let out that emotion. And over time, that builds up to such anxiety that we have heart attacks quicker. We have those health problems quicker because we are holding all of our emotions inside and we haven't had a chance to even express it to somebody else. So it's taking us out early. That's how big mental is. That's how big mental is. And y'all all need to understand that it's not a joke. It's not a joke. Today, somebody was driving and had a stroke. Luckily, he didn't run into nobody, but they had to jump in the car and they had to, pull the brake on the car. But he had a stroke. It's like 2.5 weeks away from Christmas. People thinking, man, where I'm gonna get the gifts from? I'm gonna get the money from the gifts, and then you start thinking, are you gonna loan money? Are you gonna finance this holiday? You know, and then after the holiday, you got bills that are due. You're creating bills that if it wasn't for this holiday, normally you wouldn't even create. Most of us are just, especially with this holiday, most of us are just trying to hang on. And now it's a holiday to where we gotta buy gifts for everybody. Even if I brought a gift for everybody in my immediate family, my immediate circle, there are still people out there that I want to get gifts for that I know I'm not gonna be able to get gifts for. I know I'm not. And that hurts. That bothers me. So, I'm trying to be happy. We put on smiles. We try to be happy. We put on smiles. We go to the parties and things like that. But everybody in that party ain't happy. Or even if they're happy, there's something that's going on in the back of their mind that nobody knows about. Some level of stress, especially with adults or grandparents. I mean, especially with parents and grandparents, because there are things that you want to get your grandkids. Especially if you grew up getting big gifts from your grandkids, you're going to want to do the same. And you can't. A lot of us, especially like around this time, you can't without hurting yourself. So understand what the holidays bring. It brings togetherness, it brings love in some cases, but it also brings a high level of stress. And that's something that we cannot look away from because we're going to lose. Some people are not going to make it to the new year. So understand that. And I pray that everybody takes the time and just relax and breathe and try to find happiness inside yourself. It's not about the gifts. The holiday has become about the gifts, but deep down inside, when you really get down to it, it's really not about the gifts. It's about being with your family. It's about making that connection. Okay? So let's understand that. And just you got to realize this is a pagan holiday. Halloween or Christmas is a pagan holiday. There is some holiness in it, but it was the thing that it's based on here in America. So it's not going to be all smiles and all happiness all of the time. There's going to be underlayment of something that might be dark in some cases. I mean, let's be real. So cherish your loved ones, hold on to them, tell them you love them every day, especially around the holidays. And let's try to get through this holiday to, like she said, to January. We can maybe breathe a little bit, but then you got boom, you got the Super Bowl coming up. So it's like it's like soon as Halloween hit, it's like America does not let up. After that, you got Valentine's Day, and it just keeps going on to the 4th of July and all of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta breathe and relax. Okay. All right, y'all. Thank y'all for watching. Y'all can leave your comments and let me know what y'all think about this.